Okay, this is tutorial for how to use Droid Control for Arduino and Droid Host for Arduino. Both applications are used to control your Arduino project through the internet with your Android phone or tablet or whatever you like and have. In this case, we have Arduino Mega board and we have this Android mini PC. It's cheap, I think $30 or something. We have a tablet which will control this robot. Here on this Android device we need to install Droid Host for Arduino. You can find it in Google Play, and here you need to install Droid Control for Arduino, and this thing will send command to this thing which will control this thing. First I'll start the robot. Okay, that's it. And then I will start the tablet. Here I'll start Droid Control for Arduino and we see the main controlling screen. The most important screen here is the config tab. This is used to configure the connection between both applications. So sometimes we have only one real IP, and in this case the device with the real IP should be TCP server and the other one will be TCP host. Currently I'm running this project in local area network, so it doesn't matter, and I will configure this application to be TCP host and this application to be TCP client. So the TCP host here is configured to wait on this port, and here I have configured the IP of this machine and this port. So now I'm going to the control tab, and what I see is that it's connected. Currently it doesn't share the camera, but that isn't a problem. So now I'll show you that using this command I can control the robot. How I do this is I'm going to the control tab, and I see a lot of controls. These controls correspond to these controls, all these buttons and things. And when I go to the control tab, I can specify 1 byte command for each button or virtual joystick. The virtual joysticks are digital only, there is no analog configuration. So when I go here, I see that if I use the right navigation joystick in direction up, I will send byte 100. When I see the software of my Arduino, I can see that this byte will make the robot to move forward. And let's see, we can see that it's working, and when I go backward, it goes backward. I can leave this here in my home, and I can use this tablet in my office, and if I open the firewall on my router in my office to allow this port and forward it to this IP, I'll be able to control my robot from unlimited range. Also I can put here a 3G dongle and I can have unlimited access. I can control it from everywhere. Now we have a messages tab. This tab is used to receive messages from Arduino. As we can see, the Arduino, this robot has a distance sensor, it has width sensor which isn't connected right now, and it has a temperature and humidity sensor, and Arduino is reading those sensors and is sending them to this mini PC. It's sending them with the serial communication, serial print line, I think. And when this application, the Droid Host for Arduino, receive the data from Arduino, it sends it back here. And now I can see that the temperature is 24 degrees and the distance is out of range, maybe because of the plastic thing on my screen. Now the distance is 13 centimeters. So this way you can get data from Arduino remotely, and with this configuration you define what to be sent as command to your project. Now if we go here and move this thing, nothing happens. This is because it's not configured to happen something. It depends on your project what you will make when this thing rotates. So if we want to move the robot head when we do this, we need to go to the control tab and find those controls, those byte commands. And I will need to check my Arduino code. So when I send byte 3, the robot head will go left. It seems this. So I go here and make this thing 3. No, not this thing, not this thing, this one, 3. Now I will configure the whole robot head as is, because Arduino expects these bytes here, and when it receives these bytes it will do something. In this case, when I send byte 0, Arduino will move the robot head in left up direction. So just give me a second to configure everything. Head up is 1 and right is 2 and it's 5. Okay, we click save, and when I move this thing, it will move the robot head, because Arduino expects the bytes that we just configured here, and when it receives it, it will move the robot head. So now what we do, okay, we can do this. And we can do this. Now what we have here as additional now we can take a look at the code and see that we have flashlight, which will turn on when we send byte 108. So we go here and we say that when we click the toggle button, we will send this byte 108 and 108. Then we click save, we go on the control and click on the toggle button, and we can see that the flashlight is on. Now I am clicking the toggle button again and the flashlight is off. So this way I'm sending the commands and I'm configuring the commands. And we can try again. I didn't click. Yes. Okay. Okay, so I can turn on and turn off some things. So in general, that's everything you can do with this application, except one thing. You can, if your Arduino host application, which is Droid Host for Arduino, can access a webcam, you can send this webcam here so you can control your robot. Now I will start this application. I will start the whole robot, and I'll wait to boot up. I have a webcam here, which is a USB webcam, and it's from an old laptop. This webcam can be accessed by our software Droid Host for Arduino and can send the image from the camera to this application, so you can view the camera on your robot, quadcopter, or whatever you think you want to do with these applications. And we should wait everything to start working. Yes, in background we see us. We can move. It's a little bit slow because this Android mini PC is not so powerful as it says on the specs, and sharing is slow. But if I use better phone or tablet here instead of this PC, it will be better. And we can see that the image is okay, and we can send commands, and we can move this way. It's a little bit slow, but on normal phone with embedded camera, it's working well. I think it's something related to the fact that this camera is taken from a broken laptop, and maybe the soldering is not very well done by me, but I don't know. On the other devices that I tested the concept of both applications, the camera is working much better. And what we can do here, we can move the head with the camera, and we see that the camera is moving, and we can see what the robot see. So in general, that's all. Just remember that when you configure both applications to talk to each other, the one of the applications should be a TCP server and the other should be TCP client. The TCP server should specify its port to bind, and the TCP client should specify its IP and the port of the server application. In this case, the server application is Droid Control for Arduino, but if I click here, this will be the client application. In this case, this option should be specified on the other part of the solution, and this will be the TCP host. When this is the TCP host, it will bind for some network port, and if I click here, I will have to specify the IP of this mini PC and the port of this mini PC, and the things will work as now. But for now, I will use this configuration where the Droid Control for Arduino is host or server, TCP server, and it specifies only its port, and the Droid Host for Arduino is client, and it specifies the IP of the host application, the IP of this tablet. In the next tutorial, I will show you how to configure Droid Host for Arduino with much simpler project. Maybe I will just make this LED blinking, and this way I will show you how to use Droid Host for Arduino, because now I showed you how to use Droid Control for Arduino, and both application works together. There is no way to use only the one of them. You should always use both applications, because the one is the joystick, this application is the joystick, and this application is the real controller, which is sending the data to the Arduino board and is getting the data from the Arduino board. Okay, so that's all.